Last night, The Late Show with Stephen Colbert turned into an all-out battleground. At 0:02, what was supposed to be a standard interview took a sharp turn. Senator J.D. Vance, the Ohio firebrand and staunch Trump ally, ended up getting kicked off the set after a fierce verbal brawl that left the audience speechless, the internet ablaze, and late-night TV shaken. Sources say the segment began with high expectations. Vance was there to promote his rural roots, political ascent, and recent, high-profile moves, including his rumored spot as Trump's 2024 running mate. But things unraveled fast. Colbert opened with a sarcastic zinger. "So, JD, are you here to sell Appalachia or just Trump's latest grift?" The audience gasped. Some laughed, others froze. Vance, unfazed, fired back. "I'm here for the truth, Stephen, not your cheap shots." The tension escalated rapidly. Colbert queued up a clip of Vance on the campaign trail, blasting coastal elites and praising Trump's wins. "Quite a sermon," Colbert remarked, smirking. "But is it grit, or just another guy cashing in on red state resentment?" Vance didn't blink. "It's grit you'll never understand, Stephen. I've lived it. You mock it from your cushy chair." The studio split, cheers, boos, shifting in seats. Producers grew anxious. The segment was veering off script. But what really set social media on fire wasn't just the barbs. It was how personal it got. Vance leaned in. "You don't know my people, Stephen. You're a coastal snob with a mic." Colbert shot back, voice sharp. "Snob! I'm not the one cozying up to billionaires, JD." The jab landed, digging at Vance's Trump ties and big donor backing. The room shifted. Vance's jaw tightened. Audience murmurs swelled. Then came the clip. Vance at a Trump rally, grinning beside wealthy donors, singing MAGA praises. Colbert, biting. "Your hillbilly roots must feel pretty far away now." Vance's response. "That's loyalty, Stephen. Something you wouldn't recognize. You flip-flop for applause. Cheers. Boos." The room boiling over. Colbert didn't back down. "Loyalty or leash, JD? You went from rags to riches just to become Trump's lapdog." Vance's voice rose. "Lapdog? I'm fighting for people you forgot. You're the pet. Corporate cash keeps you barking." The audience erupted. Some stood, shouting. Others booed. Producers whispered frantically in headsets. But Vance wasn't done. "You mock my story, Stephen. I clawed my way up. You inherited that desk." Colbert's smile sharpened. "Clawed into power, JD, and sold out the very people you claim to represent." By now the crowd was chaos, some chanting, "JD, JD," while others laughed, phones raised, social media already flooded with clips. One viral X post summed it up. Vance didn't come to play. He came to burn the house down. What started as an interview became a flashpoint. Personal, political, explosive. And it ended the only way it could, abruptly, with Senator J.D. Vance walking off set, fists clenched, cameras rolling, and a shaken studio left behind in stunned silence. "I'm not your punching bag, Stephen. I'll take you down." Vance's threat rang out, loud but trembling. Colbert didn't miss a beat. "Take me down? You're shaking, JD. That Trump armor's cracking." He pointed at Vance's clenched fists, his rigid frame. The audience roared. Some surged toward. "The stage's edge!" Others shouted in shock. Producers frantically signaled for a commercial break, but Vance pushed through the noise. "I'm not done! You don't cut me off!" he bellowed, voice booming through the rising storm. Insiders say he was already spiraling, pushing past the point of no return. The show wasn't just going off the rails. It was headed straight for the cliff. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert hit a fever pitch as the Ohio senator, Trump's loyal pit bull, locked horns with the host in a confrontation that tore through the usual late-night decorum like a wildfire. Colbert's relentless taunts lit the fuse. Cracking, JD. That whole hillbilly hero act? Fading fast. You're just another Senate sellout. Then came the graphic. Vance's face photoshopped beside Trump, dollar signs swirling around them. The audience howled. Some laughed. Others booed. Vance's eyes flared. Sellout! I'm real, Stephen. You're a fake, peddling lies for claps. His voice trembled with fury, drawing both cheers and jeers as the studio split into chaos. Colbert didn't back off. Real. You're Trump's puppet, JD. Dancing for his donors, his base, his leash in one hand, your pride in the other. Vance shot to his feet, fist slamming the desk. I'm my own man, Stephen. You're the one jerking to corporate strings. The thud echoed through the room like a gunshot. The crowd exploded, some chanting, JD, JD! Others shouting, sit, down! Phones were up, ex-posts already flying. Your own man? Colbert sneered. You're trembling, JD. Trump's got you wound so tight, you might snap. He pointed to Vance's visibly shaking hands. The crowd erupted again. But it wasn't just the words anymore. Insiders say the moment shifted when Vance leaned over, the desk, towering. You don't know me, Stephen. I've bled for my people. You've bled for ratings. Colbert's eyes glinted. Bled? You're bleeding now. Live. Look at yourself. It was merciless. The crowd surged. Some pressed toward the stage. Others screamed, Finish him! Vance exploded. I'll finish you, you smug hack! Unhinged, wild. He was no longer in control. The frenzy fed itself. Cups tossed, screams rising, cell phones capturing every second. He's losing it. One producer was heard saying, security was called. Red lights blinked behind the scenes. But Vance wasn't done. You're nothing, Stephen. I'll tear this whole place down. Colbert stood, voice cutting. Tear it down? You're falling apart. Get out. The final command, cold, sharp. The crowd split, half chanting, kick him out. Others begging, let him speak. Vance ripped off his mic, hurled it at the desk. Crash. I'm not your toy. You're done. Security lunged. His arms were seized as he thrashed, shouting, Let me go. I'll walk. But it was over. The scene, now a viral spectacle, played across timelines like wildfire. J.D. Vance meltdown, trending, number 1, clips looping endlessly. The Late Show with Stephen Colbert wasn't just disrupted. It became ground zero for a cultural detonation. Vance, dragged from the set, his fury raw, voice hoarse, left behind a shattered studio. And a moment that may have just rewritten the rules of political media forever. Colbert stood tall. You're done, J.D. The words sliced through the chaos like a blade. Hit the road. His command, cold and triumphant. At 10:57, the crowd erupted, some cheering, Out, out! Others booing, Let him stay! Vance fought to steady himself. You're a coward, Stephen, hiding behind them. His voice cracked, wild, unraveling. Security closed in, dragging him toward the wings, his shoes scraping the studio floor as the exit unfolded live. The audience lost control. Insiders say fans leapt to their feet, phones flashing, capturing every second of Vance's retreat. Some pounded the seats, chanting, Trump's boy falls. Others shouted back, Stand strong, J.D. The room was a storm of noise, producers frozen, headsets silent. He's gone. One muttered. The live feed held steady, capturing the senator's figure vanishing into the wings. Colbert waved him off with a smirk. There goes the hillbilly, folks. Show's over. A dagger of mockery that drew howls of laughter. Debris flew. Programs, cups, signs. Dozens live-streamed the chaos, energy crackling, uncontainable. But what made this moment seismic wasn't just the ejection. It was the collapse. Vance, once defiant, buckled. "I'll be back. You'll pay." His threats trailed off, weak and broken, as security shoved him out. Colbert sat back, still grinning. "You paid tonight, J.D., in sweat and shame." The crowd split wide, cheers clashing with boos. On X, the storm exploded, kicked off. One post read, racking up millions of views. Another clip showed the mic toss in slow motion. "Colbert owns him." It went viral in minutes. Producers were split. Some celebrated the rating surge. Others feared the backlash. The chaos was too raw to spin. Backstage, sources say Vance was livid. "They'll regret this." His voice shaking, rage blinding. But the damage was done. His tough guy image? Cracked. Colbert basked in it. "That's how you handle a senator," he quipped. The crowd still buzzing, some rushing the stage, others filming as security locked it down. By midnight, the internet was ablaze. One viral thread read, "Vance, crushed." And the story had flipped. Unstoppable, one analyst claimed. He played Vance cold, methodical. The host's win was locked in. The fallout? A storm no one could contain. The chaos from Senator. J.D. Vance's explosive ejection from The Late Show with Stephen Colbert has ignited a tidal wave of national reaction. What began as a tense exchange became a cultural flashpoint. A live TV showdown turned national obsession. Vance is reeling. Colbert is reigning. And the internet? Ablaze. Sources say the bold interview spiraled fast. Vance's tough guy armor shattered on live TV. His walk-off wasn't a power move. It was a viral collapse. The fallout didn't just hit. It reshaped. Late night in real time. Backstage, insiders report Vance stumbled, raging. "They'll pay for this," he growled, voice raw, strained, as aides rushed him past the press. Meanwhile, X erupted. Vance tweeted hours later, "Truth doesn't bend. I'll rise." 150,000 likes. But the replies? Brutal. "You fell, J.D." One reply trended as clips of his mic toss exit, looped millions of times. "Vance owned," a viral thread declared. TikTok flooded with memes. His clenched fists, tagged, "Hillbilly Heartbreak." Some supporters rallied. "They cheated. He's a fighter." But the tide kept turning. His image cracked. Colbert's team seized the win. Sources say the next night's show opened with, "We had a senator. He brought heat, I brought the boot." A smug, victorious quip that pulled record ratings. A 55% spike. Viewers were hooked. Insiders say Colbert's crew is buzzing. "Vance thought he'd roll me. I rolled him." Analysts agree. He crushed it. But some whisper, he's a target now. Victory edged with risk. Online, the divide was sharp. "Colbert rules," trended. His crown locked tighter. Vance's base mourned. "They ambushed him. He's gold." One post racked up thousands of shares, but critics had blood in the water. "Trump's lapdog down." Another hit viral status. Debate raged. Was it too far? Clips of the meltdown were dissected. "He snapped," one pundit said. "Colbert baited him perfectly," added another. Trump's camp took notice. Chatter spiked. Vance's rise rocked. Sources say he's holed up plotting. Talk of a counter-strike is brewing. Maybe a rival interview. Maybe something louder. But for now, his silence screams. The sting won't fade. The ripple effects? Seismic. Late night's rules just shifted. Colbert didn't follow the playbook. He ripped it up. Networks are rattled. Some weighing bolder guests, others tightening control, fearing backlash, and the audience? Split clean down the middle, half cheering. He smashed a senator, half wincing. Too harsh. The moment became a marker. Vance's fall. Colbert's dominance. Both now etched in viral stone. But this story isn't over. It's a spark. Vance's comeback. Colbert's next move. Set to blaze. So if you're hooked on the madness, smash that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what's next.